Senator Fifield.
Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy President. And firstly, can I say through you, Senator Ludwig, welcome back for what may be a cameo appearance as manager of government business. But I think we all wish Senator Arbib well, and it's nice to see Senator Ludwig again. Mr Acting Deputy President, Senator Ludwig said that we in this place were running the same arguments which had been run by the coalition in the other place. And he's quite right, we are, because they were valid there, they were valid then, and they're valid now. The purpose of this procedural motion is to seek the opportunity to have the order of the day for this legislation discharged from the notice paper. Why do we want to seek to have this matter discharged from the notice paper? So that this legislation is not further considered, that it does not proceed through this chamber. That is the purpose. We have been denied leave to move the motion, so we are now debating that standing orders be suspended to enable this particular debate. And I hope that the chamber does agree for that to happen. But, Mr Acting Deputy President, this is yet another clear-cut case of a government breaking its word. We all know of the now infamous commitment by the Prime Minister that there would be no carbon tax under a government that she leads. She lied, she fibbed, she broke her word. This case is as clear-cut as that. Election after election, this party went to the Australian people.
Senator Fifield, Senator Minister.
Thank you. I normally don't interrupt the flow of a speaker in full flight. I think in this instance the point of order is that he may have inadvertently slipped into language that is inappropriate and unparliamentary in this place, and I'm sure he did not do that on purpose. I know you were changing out at that particular point in time, but if he would reflect on those, and I'd ask him to withdraw.
Thanks, Minister. Well, Senator Fifield, my apologies. I was swapping chairs positions with Senator Back, but perhaps if I could just remind you about the words you choose to use.
Certainly. I did use the word lie. I withdraw that, and happy to replace it with fibbed.
Thank you, Senator Fifield. I'm not sure that that's improving the situation, but let's continue.
I think the word fibbed is well within the bounds of discourse in this place. But thank you, Madam Acting Deputy President. What I was saying was that this is as clear-cut case of breaking one's word, of fibbing, as was the broken carbon tax promise. At successive elections, members of the Australian Labor Party, candidates, members and senators put their hand on their heart and they said, we will not touch the private health insurance rebate. And I think I recall the member for Griffith saying at one point, not one jot, not one tittle. Now, I'm not sure what that was, but I took that to mean he wasn't going to change it in any way, shape or form. That was the commitment that they made. They said, trust us, we love private schools, no schools hit list. They said, trust us, we love private health insurance, we're not going to touch the private health insurance rebate in any way, not even a means test. Minister Roxon made that commitment. Minister Rudd made that commitment. Prime Minister Gillard made that commitment. Each and every one of them said, no way, trust us, we've changed. We're not the party of envy anymore. We don't believe in the politics of envy anymore. We have changed. And you know what? A lot of Australians at successive elections took them at their word. I know, because I had members of the public come to me and say, look, Labor don't want to attack private schools. Labor don't want to attack private health insurance. I have heard Labor members and senators say that. They would say to me. And I would explain, calmly and patiently, don't believe them. They haven't changed. And, Madam Acting Deputy President, it is clear. Nothing has changed about the Australian Labor Party. Its traditions, its roots in class envy, in envy politics, go deep. This is bad legislation. We want to encourage Australians to make provision for themselves. We believe in both carrot and stick. We believe that if you don't take out private health insurance and you have the capacity to, above a certain income level, there should be a penalty if you don't take it out. We believe there should be that stick, but we also believe that there should be a carrot, that there should be encouragement, that there should be reward for making provision for yourselves. And what this legislation seeks to do is to attack that very idea of making provision for yourself when you have the capacity to do so. It is the politics of envy. It should be condemned. We do condemn it. We are moving this motion to suspend standing orders because we believe we should be able to move a motion seeking the discharge of this legislation from the notice paper. The legislation should not have got this far. Members in the other place should have stopped this legislation in its tracks. They failed to do so. We have an obligation to hold this government to its word, to hold the Australian Labor Party to its word. It's time they were called on it. We want to call them on it. Madam Acting Deputy President, the Senate should support this motion to suspend standing orders so that Senator Fierravanti-Wells can move her motion to seek to have this matter discharged from the notice paper.